may not know, you don't know. How can you know their perspectives? If all students learn at, all people are not the same, right? If all students, they don't learn at the same speed, how can one fixed timetable suit every student?
We are not talking about whether all people are the same, but what we are talking about is like the system of traditional education is the better one for all.
But yeah, you say that it's the better one. To my side, it's not. So it has in the school's traditional education system, it has one fixed timetable that guides the whole class or the whole school. So how can that one fixed timetable suit all students? Because they learn at different speed. Some are slow learners, they learn at a very slow speed. Others see the slow speed as bored and they learn at the high speed. So how can that problem?
Let me tell you something. Students will not feel that they are not at the level of getting into that timetable. They also bring on tuitions which can help them later in the evenings.
So won't that be another another money? So you are spending some time, the student is spending time at school, he or she, parents pay money on school. So will that be another time, it will cost even a lot to get a well-trained teacher.
Let me tell you something, for a development to incur, there must be costs. So if someone is reducing costs, the person doesn't want to be developed. So that's what I'm just telling you.
Instead, why can't you apply homeschooling and you understand each and every concept?
To all people.
You apply homeschooling, then you understand each and every concept.
To me or to the whole people?
To all people.
But instead, statistics portray that most people are engaged in traditional education system.
So, will that suit many? If I'm a slow learner and my friend is a speed learner, so at my concept, I don't understand this concept, but she or he understands. So won't that be affecting me because I don't understand the concept? I'm paying money, I'm paying time, but the teacher takes it as I understood.
Let me tell you something. There's no one who is brought to school who is very dumb. Everyone has something in his head. So if you cannot understand in that way, there are many other ways. Tuitions, even you can ask help from your students. And you cannot tell me anyone who has been in that stage of dumbness in a matter of longevity. There must be a change, isn't it? And you always see that people changing.
And also, there in Kenya, they do homeschooling when national exams are there. Or when national exams, you have some little time left to do your national exams. Why do they do? You think because it suits the ability of the student.
And for us, we also did the national examination, isn't it?
Yeah, we did.
Did you receive any homeschooling?
Of course.
Maybe you. But for us, when we were having extra tuitions in our schools. Even though we went to Kenya, we were also having extra tuition in school.
Yes, that's what I mean. You were not having and I was having. That means that we learn at a different speed.
So do you mean one person can decide the system which is better?
Not one, yes. All people, I'm not designing for this type of people, but I'm designing for the whole people, and that will suit them, I know it.
But the people whom I was around were having the tuitions, not homeschooling. And even statistics show, but let me tell you something, if there are slow learners in every country, like my United States, every year they take a lesson, isn't it, from the 2023 to 2024, but recent year 2024-2025 calendar, 94% were participating in the traditional education system. Statistics show proof has been done, and this shows traditional education system.
You say 95%. Where are the other 5% in homeschooling? So still it exists.
We are not talking about like it exists,
And
but we
also
are
it's
talking
done.
about the one which is better. For example, when I say like plants are better than animals, we are not saying animals have no any importance, but plants are more important. That's what you are portraying. Thanks. May I ask you my question?
Yeah, you may go ahead.
And when like worldwide it has been discovered that most parents have the vast of choice of making their students go to school. So why don't you think like there are a percentage of students which learn from home from year one to the end of their career? And why don't you observe that?
To my perspective, I don't know why they chose traditional education system over.
Of course, you may not know because you are not an only person. The only person is very wise and can discover what's better.
Okay, have you had any like this? Do you know this? Like they don't believe that there is homeschooling. They don't. Some even don't know that the homeschooling exists.
Who doesn't know?
Some parents may not know. You don't know. How can you know their perspectives?
Because when I was going from home to school, the reason why I was going to school is because the advantage of going to school and the experience I will gain at the end of the school is much better than staying just at home.
Okay, let me ask you: have you chose to do it, or your parents chose for you?
The parents chose, and there's no need for me to choose it.
And that means that the parents choose it, but it's not that it suits you.
I know what homeschooling is. And at the beginning of my schooling, I didn't know what homeschooling is. And my parents are the basic foundation of what I should do. And they are the one who gave me that opinion. For example, now, let us talk about the developed countries. The United States, one of the most developed countries. And I don't think the parents there, they both understand homeschooling and the other part of traditional education system. Whenever, as though they understand, they also participate or favor to choose this education system, which is traditional. Homeschooling can be studied, but it's not the better choice. That's what you are talking about.
Homeschooling exists, and also when we talk about homeschooling, it suits each person. Like when I'm learning in a traditional education systems, we are gathered in many people in a classroom, and we study with different kinds of people. You might these people, they are not always the same, and Allah didn't create them the same, and they don't have the same minds. So when talking about that, like these people, like the way I understand is not the way my friend understands. So when a teacher is teaching,